What's going on, Jeromes? It's time for, again, entertainment purposes only, Week 7 NFL picks, and you understand that Daddy enjoys putting jelly bean or two down on the outcome of games. Now, we were above water last week. We went 8-6-1, but we were still 38-45-5 on the season. And again, I repeat, it is very stupid to pick the whole card, but again, this is for entertainment purposes only. If you actually want to make money, totals are the way to go, and not even NFL. Like, things are too tight in the NFL. Small conference college football, small conference college basketball is where it's at. So for me, the MAC, as well as Conference USA, or sorry, AAC, or whatever the hell they call it nowadays. No big deal. Also, Patriot League basketball. Anyways, but I go through the picks, and sure to go wrong. Again, entertainment purposes only. The noon games. So remember, truncated schedule because we missed Thursday night. Whatever. I probably would have taken the Jaguars, but not going to count that, as well. 6 teams on bye, so a little bit of a short slate this week. First up, you have the Raiders. The Raiders, led by Brian Hoyer. Sure. Going in to take on the crooked Chicago Bears, who is going to be led by Tyson Bagent. Now, Vikings beat the Bears last week. The Bears are a very flawed team. Raiders, not much else to write home about either. But I think Crosby is going to make things tough for Bagent. And also, I do think that Hoyer is actually going to be smart and distribute the ball to Devontae Adams as much as possible. So I think the Raiders go in. I think they win pretty comfortably by 10 or so. Next up, you have the Browns and the Colts, where it's like a historical game, isn't it? Just like to the early founding teams of the league, but whatever. But the Browns come in 3.5-point favorites, riding high after that big time win against San Francisco. But I actually think that Indianapolis holds serve at home, and maybe they don't win outright, but covering the 3.5, it's a wonky number. You have the hook. Give me the Colts in this spot. I think Jonathan Taylor gets going a little bit against this top 5 defense of the Browns. Next up, you have the Buffalo Bills against the New England Patriots. Now, Buffalo has this uncanny ability to play up or down to the level of competition, and it is in division. And even though the Patriots have looked very poopy, I still try to give Belichick the benefit of the doubt. But I don't know. But it's tough with this Patriots defense really banged up. No Judah, no Gonzo, as well as Mac Jones seems to be on his last leg at quarterback. But, I mean, Buffalo in the spot on the road at Gillette. I actually do think that the Patriots keep this in close. I don't say that they win, but is this a 20-17, 20-16 type game? We'll go with that. Give me the Patriots and the points in this spot. Next up, Washington facing the Giants. Washington 3-point favorites on the road, and the Giants. So Daniel Jones is still a question mark. Dayball indicated that he could play. Frankly, I think Ty God played better. But you do have Saquon Barkley, who is back and actually is looking pretty damn good. So I think that it could be a spot where the Giants do keep it close. But I don't know. Washington also runs pretty hot and cold. I think that they're starting to get things together. They won on the road last week in Atlanta, slinging Sam Howell, getting things done. Plus, I think whoever's at quarterback, I think is going to turn the ball over significantly. So the Giants put up the good fight, but I think Washington wins and covers. Say like a 24-17, 24-20 type game. Next up, Atlanta, 3-point favorites on the road against Tampa Bay. Give me the Bucs. I mean, this is going to be like an ugly NFC South game. I mean, Atlanta is kind of getting back on track, aside from Desmond Ridder. They're trying to get the ball to their weapons. And the Bucs, I feel like the Bucs, I mean, they came off bye and just laid an egg against the Lions. I don't think that they'll stand. I do think that Evans and Godwin get a little bit loose in this game. So give me the Bucs at home with the points, as well as to win outright. Last of the noon game. So got Detroit on the road, getting 2.5 at Baltimore. I really like the spot for Baltimore. I think it's a type of game where John Harbaugh is like a decent big game coach, and this is one of the larger under the radar noon games in regular season. So Detroit's coming in flying high. I think Baltimore, I mean, Justin Tucker's the MVP right now, but I think that the offense gets synced up. I actually think they start punching in the end zone. I think Lamar has himself a big-time game. Plus, I do think that the Lions defense struggle a bit with Zay Flowers. So I think that the Ravens win, as well as they cover in this spot. Give it like a 31-27 type win. First of the late games, Pittsburgh traveling east to west, taking on the Rams. Give me the Rams to cover the field goal, or the 2.5 rather, where, I mean, the Steelers, I'm still not buying in. I can't. Yeah, not with Matt Canada, not with Kenny Pickett, and the Rams are plucky, even though roster-wise, I mean, should they be competitive? Should they not be? I don't know. But I don't think that Joey Porter Jr., JPJ, is any match for Cooper Kupp. I think that he is buck wild in this game as well. So give me the Rams to cover the field goal. Next up, Arizona at Seattle, getting a touchdown in the NFC West matchup. Give me Seattle. Seattle's been really wonky donkey this year. They sort of whatever against the Bengals last week, but I think they come home. I think Pete resets for them. I think Walker gets it done on the ground. I actually think that DK has himself a big game and Geno gets on track. Arizona tries hard, except I think that their roster is intentionally weakened, if you catch my drift, and also they don't have John Connor, or James Conner. So I think that Seattle wins, and they win by 10-ish, 11-ish, somewhere in there. Next up, Denver getting Denver favored by 1. Are they actually favored? No way. Whatever. I think Denver wins by field goal in the spot. I think it's going to be an ugly-ass game. I don't believe in Russell Wilson. I think he's regressed. Frankly, I think he's played his way out of the Hall of Fame. And the Packers, Jordan Love ain't it either. This is going to be very it's so ugly, it's oogly. But Denver wins, I don't know, 16-13. Something gross. Last of the late games. This could be a good one. So the Chargers on the road, coming off that Monday night loss against the Cowboys, taking on the Chiefs. And Kansas City, I feel like Kansas City is deficient in a lot of areas. And plus the Chargers know the Chiefs. So I actually think that the Chargers go into Arrowhead. I think that they win. I think they win outright, so definitely give me that 5.5 points in this divisional battle. Sunday Night Football, it's the big one. It's the big Megillah. The Dolphins are getting 3 at Philly. I think Philly is extremely overrated and overvalued this season. The Jets sort of proved that. And the Dolphins offense is legitimate, and Philly's banged up everywhere on that defense, and I think that Miami goes into Philly. I think they control the clock. I think the Tua makes some timely throws. I think that Tyreek and Waddle get loose against that secondary, and I think it becomes a track meet. I think that that Philly just simply cannot keep up, even though they're getting a couple guys back from injury. And then Monday night, Vikings and the Niners. Speaking of banged up, so yes, the Vikings don't have JJ, but the Niners, it's not looking good for McCaffrey or Trent Williams or Debo. But even if one of the three or all the three of them play, they're going to be diminished. I think the Vikings have more motivation for this game. I think it's the spot where the Niners, coming off that loss against Cleveland, they're stinging, but I feel like they're comfortable with where they are this season, and I think the Vikings get after Brock Purdy. I think they make him try to beat them. I think that Purdy fails in that regard. I think the Vikings shock the world, not only cover the 7, but also win outright and give me a 22-20, 23-20 type game there. But that's it. That's Week 7 NFL picks. Again, entertainment purposes only. Sure to go wrong. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.